My voice still ain't like it ought to be. Good morning, Chris. There you are, number one again. And there's Lisa right behind you. Good morning. Y'all must be together. Good morning. Kim, good morning, sweetie. Carol Cardacy, good morning. Uh, uh, we're all good. Thank you. Thank you, Chris. We're good. Thank you, Sky. Uh, Carla, thank you so much, sweetie. Uh oh, Carla took that message back. I've sent messages before I wish that I took back. Yeah, a lot of them in my lifetime, probably. Uh, yeah. Uh, Sent one to an old girlfriend one time when I was overseas, and she made me angry. Uh, Long story, but anyway. Sent her a message and a letter, and I thought, well, maybe I should have sent it. It's too late. It's in the mail. Oh, yeah, we have to live with it. Oh, it's fine. Oh, thank you for all the prayers, guys. Now listen, I'll miss my sister, but uh, you know, you never really, I guess, prepare for these things. But at the same time, I guess we knew, unless the Lord really took a big hand in it, you know, it was going to happen because she had so much going against her. You know, the last time I talked to her, like in person, it was a couple of days before Thanksgiving. And she was so excited. Yes, she is. Better place. She sure is. No more pain, no more suffering, no more sitting in a dialysis clinic 3 days a week and all that kind of stuff, you know. And that made her miserable. She hated that. But 2 or 3 days before Thanksgiving, we had a package delivered down here at L.E.'s, and she lived at the end of L.E.'s driveway next to the road with her daughter Debbie. And I had to go down to get a package, and I'd see her off and on, you know, didn't speak to her every day. And she was out on her porch having a cup of coffee. And I stopped and chatted with her for a good while. And she was so excited. Her husband, her late husband, Maurice, his name was Maurice Thames. Thank you there. Thank you so much there. Welcome to PawPaw's Misfits. Appreciate that. Uh, his name was Maurice Thames, and he lived in Noble, Louisiana, not too far from where Ronnie lives. And found out later, talking about people up that way, Ronnie's cousin, Neil, had married a Thames in Noble. Not the same one, but a cousin. Each one of them was like cousins. So he was familiar with that part of the area and that name. But Maurice was an awesome guy, and he passed away several years ago, and he was cremated. He wanted to be cremated, and my sister had his ashes down here at her house. Now, make a long story short, ad popped up on my phone. Uh, anyway, his daughter, he'd been married before. His daughter, Kathy, had sent her a message that would love for her to come up and spend Thanksgiving with all the Thames family, and she was so excited because she'd married to Maurice years and years, and it was all like almost like her kids too, and so she was all excited, and these things keep popping up on my phone. I'm sorry, but. And I was happy for her. And she said, Kathy's coming to get me. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to cook together. And she was really, really up. My sister had a lot of health issues. She was a diabetic. Uh, she had a lot of kidney problems. She had heart problems. She had a heart valve that sometimes just didn't want to work. And they do all kinds of stuff to get her going up again. But she was determined to go. And sure enough, Kathy Cumming got her. And they was having a good visit, and they drive up. But on the way up, before they got there, her heart started giving her problems. She wasn't getting enough oxygen and stuff, and about to pass out. So they took her by the hospital, our emergency room, and they admitted her, and running tests and having her hooked up to different things. And the doctor come in, and her son lives in Shreveport, an hour or so away. And so they called him, and he drove down. And the doctors told him that she really needed to be in another hospital. They have better facilities for all the problems she's having. So he life flighted her up to Shreveport. And that's made it better for him, too, because he lives right there. He's self-employed. He's a CPA. And he's right there, and he can take off anytime he wants to and go to the hospital, 10 minutes from him, from his house, and where he works. So that made it good. And so he was at the hospital constantly, but they'd only let even family visit her for a little bit at a time. But she steadily, and we talked about it, her numbers are never really good. At times they kind of seem like I don't know all the numbers, but they start to come back and then they go back down. So just back and forth. And the doctors had told him and not to expect her to leave that hospital. But they did finally transfer her over to, we talked about that too, a hospice nursing home. And because the doctor said that she's not, and she wouldn't survive the trip back to Houston for any specialized stuff. So we all saw this coming. So you hate it, there's nothing we can do about it. But I know the plans now, her son told us that she wanted to be cremated. And she wants her ashes buried here in Plum Grove, next to my mom, with her husband's ashes, Maurice's ashes. And that's what happened. And it's not going to happen until sometime in January. He'll take care of everything up there, and in January, he'll get with the family down here and bring her down, and we'll have a graveside funeral or memorial, whatever you call it. Okay, that's the plans. I'll miss her. She was an outspoken lady. She was outspoken, and if she didn't like you, you'd know it. And if she did, you'd know it too. But she's a good lady, a good woman. Got 2 children, Debbie and we call him Bubba. His name's Roy. And yeah, and I remember cousin and Kenny and I going up to visit her in Maurice. They lived at Noble a couple of times. Had a great time. And it's a pretty good drive, but we'd drive up and visit with her for several hours, her and Maurice, and then drive back. A lot of fun. And when they'd come down here for the holidays, it was a lot of fun, a lot of fun. They'd come and stay with my mom, several days through Christmas, and made my mom's Christmas a whole lot brighter, with the daughter coming down and stuff. And they were a lot of fun. And then when my mom got sick and was put on hospice there in her house, my sister came down and stayed with her until the very end. In fact, this girl, Kathy, came down. Maurice's daughter came down. She's a grown woman, had kids and all. She came down and stayed with my sister for several days at a time. So it was good families. And we'll miss her. But, okay. So I appreciate all the prayers and all the thoughts and everything. We're fine. We're all fine. We'll be all good. And I think Debbie will be okay. Kim takes care of Debbie as far as taking Debbie. My sister don't drive like places like she can't drive, couldn't drive in Houston and places like that. So when Debbie goes to the hospital or the doctor, it's always Kim she calls on who drives in Houston, because you got to be crazy to drive in Houston, and Kim fits right in. Yeah. I hate driving down there. So anyway, thank y'all for all your good wishes and everything, and your prayers. Appreciate it. We're all okay. Okay, we're all okay. Now I was reminded this morning of day is the last day of school for the kids for Christmas. It's an exciting time for them and for parents too. Remembering back when I taught, and even just when I was driving a bus, kids get wild on that day. Ooh, they get almost like the last day of school for the summer. They get wild. But even at junior high, that day, we always got out early, it was more or less a party day. Teachers could have like little parties, so to speak, in their rooms. They could have drinks and stuff and snacks or whatever. And they wasn't really expecting you to teach nothing because kids wasn't going to listen. Not that day. But and I always look forward to that day. It was a lot of fun with my kids and my classes. And so I had like 6 classes and 6 parties. Yeah. Fun time. Well, on the last day, they usually cut them down. You'd only have them for a few minutes at a time. You have to cut all the classes down. You have them like for maybe 30 minutes or something like that each. A lot of fun. Let's do that hour. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, it's, Lex will get out today, and he'll be staying with his mom the first part of the holidays, and I think he comes up to his dad's and here on the 28th, I believe it is. I could be wrong. I believe it's 28th. So, but all the kids are excited, and it's an exciting time of the year, you know. And because of that, and you can't take it away from children, we do remind them of what it's really about, you know, what it's really about, what Christmas is about, you know, the season, the reason for the season, they say, you know, although it gets kind of swallowed up, you know, especially with the smaller ones when they see Santa Claus on every corner and they're getting gifts and stuff. Oh, yeah, some of you guys are still in that bad weather, ain't you? I see some of them, -7. It's a beautiful sunny day here in East Texas. It's pretty chilly this morning, but not cold, but chilly. I got a plumber coming today. Yeah. I've exhausted all my plumbers. I've exhausted them. Our sink in the kitchen, it's a double sink, you know, the two. One of the drains on one side, either that big rubber washer's not sealing off, or that nut, and the nut can't go no tighter. It may be stripped, I'm not sure, but there's a problem. And I can't get in there and do it. I tried from just reaching under and doing stuff. Kim is to the point she's whipped out. Kim has worked her butt off. And Dan's out of town. Buddy can't do anything before the weekend. And it's been dripping, so we keep the faucet on the good side. But sometimes accidentally people come in and don't know. They turn it to the other side, turn water, you know. So we have a pan underneath. Ronnie said just put a bucket there and leave it. Don't worry about it. Like they do on these off-grid places. Yeah. I don't think G wants a bucket underneath her sink forever. So anyway, I called 3 different plumbers, and nobody's in a hurry to fix them, but the third one I called said, I'll come this morning. So I'm looking for him this morning. If I have to cut this off short, you know, unless G can take care of it, I gave him my phone number and hers, so call before he comes, so he can get that fixed. Everything else is working great. Duct tape. Yeah. I don't think I can get duct tape to work on this. I would have done that. But, I don't think it'd work. 20 weight, 28. 20 weight, 28 in Ohio. Good morning, Ricardo. Marie. I try to acknowledge some of the stuff I see going across here now. I've told y'all my story. Best man was afraid of heights. I don't blame him. I love you too, Marie. Thanks so much. 21 in snowy Michigan. Winds are strong in Georgia. Old Dan's back from Georgia. I talked to him. Well, y'all may have saw the video. He went to Savannah. I thought he may have flew into Atlanta. I don't know. But he went to Savannah and then drove up to North Carolina. So he seen snow. He said, I didn't see no snow, Dad. It's kind of cold, but didn't see no snow. But they had a job over in Savannah that he had to go check on, and then he had to go up to North Carolina and check on that one of them up there. But he's back, and I think he's off for the next couple of weeks. 13 outside. I forget where you live. 7 in Wisconsin. I don't know if they call it. I may have it wrong. El Nino or La Nino or something like that. I don't know. But it's one or the other. Causes the temperatures to be in our country here to fluctuate, either be cold or warmer. Like I think this year supposedly going to be colder up north, and evidently y'all seeing that, and warmer down here, wetter up there, and drier down here. So, little ads pop up and stuff. 12 degrees to Indiana. Whew, it's cold. That's cold. Well, it's nice here, and I'm sitting here in the open range. I love this camper. It's like downtown. Downtown. I got my heater on. Feels really good in here. 11 in Canton, Ohio. Oh boy. We've talked about that. You guys up there, y'all just go right on with business, like it's just another day, And down here, we're not built for that. We're not built for that. Maybe that's why a lot of retired folks when they retire from up there, they move to Florida. But it gets down like that. I don't think I've ever seen it in single digits here in my life. I know we've got down in the low teens. But when that happens, nothing moves. Nothing moves. People sit around their heaters. Animals stay huddled up somewhere in the sunshine. If it's sunny, if it's not, they're in a barn. They won't come out. Everything freezes up because our water systems are not built for that kind of temperature. Yeah. Nothing works around here. Blizzard in Idaho. I'm trying to think. This was Karen or Michelle. It may not have been them. Someone sent me a picture of their front yard, and the snow was blowing sideways. I thought, God, I couldn't take that. I couldn't take that. On even these cold days, if you can get out, if it's windy, especially if you can get out away from the wind, get behind something, and the sunshine on you, it's not as bad, even though it's cold. The sun helps a lot. Yeah, the older you get, the cold hurts. It does. I'm a witness to that, and I know a lot of you folks say the same thing. My friend Larry Says, I can feel the front coming. I ain't got to watch the news. The front starts coming, he said, I start hurting till it's gone. Roberta, oh no, Rob, yeah, I couldn't say his name. Want to be where it's 75 all the time? Yeah, I'd probably be awesome, but in the 70s. Maybe like 50 at night, you know, like a cool night, you know. Southwest Idaho, the longest Indian summer, except for it rained. Okay. Very good morning, and good morning, Billy. Got a good message, a sweet message from Billy earlier this morning, and from Thomas, Roddy, and Jimmy, and some of you guys. Appreciate it. Well, from a lot of folks. I mentioned his name, Billy's name, but usually I'm being harassed. I'm being harassed by it. Thank you, Betsy Lou. Terry. Yeah, we do. We do, don't we? We moan when it's too hot. We complain when it's too cold. Maybe we ought to be where that lady said it'd be 75 all the time. All right. I don't have a lot of news from here today, guys. I'm just kind of, you know, on a just, you know, but I'm going to do gifts and goodies a video today for tomorrow, and I got quite a few things to open up, and I still get these things from K Crisp, you know, and they're like Walmart things, and they have Cake Crisp on them. And the first time those things came, I'm thinking, I don't know a Cake Crisp. What didn't have nothing about PawPaw on it. And I even went down and asked them, I said, you know a Cake Crisp? You know, somebody down here, way, you know, across the street, I don't know. So that's why I just hang on to them until somebody comes looking at us. I said, if somebody comes by named Cake Crisp looking for their stuff, it's at my house. Well, it turns out the next day I got another package, Cake Crisp PawPaw out the side of it. Okay, I got it. Because sometimes, you know, they've sent stuff different places, and it would say PawPaw, and then inside of it, there would be a note like who it's from. So I told people, so maybe put your name up there beside mine. I'll know in case there's not a little card inside. So I guess that's what that was all about, Cake Crisp. Thank you, anyway. My geese, well, not my geese, the geese. I'm only getting 4 coming down here, and I'm worried about them. Now, L.E. says he thinks a couple of the gray ones got over in there with the pond, and they're not coming back out. They can't get out or whatever. I said, open the gate, L.E., let them out. I miss them. But anyway, there's 3 white ones and that 1 gray one there every day. And but you can tell there's a difference in them, not just in their colors, but the 3 whites are like buddies, and the gray one's kind of outsider, but the other 3 gray ones, so there's 3 and 3. They all want to go together, but the 3 whites get ready to leave, they take off, you know, and the gray one looks around like, oh, they left me, and he takes off. But it's really cute. Good morning, Ronnie Neal. Kim come by last night, and I'm out visiting with my little cats. And I didn't know she was there at first. She stands at the door videoing me, sitting in my chair with little cats. This is pitiful. You sitting out here in this chair with a big TV and them little cats. Now, I gotta take a break, baby. Don't let your mama know I'm out here. I may try to get me some geese for myself later on. You know, next year, maybe like, I guess maybe in the spring when they start selling them here or there. I might try to get me some geese. Because we got a pond too. You know, they can have a pond, or they can hang out around the barn and stuff. I love them. Can I tell the kittens apart? I haven't named them yet. Yeah, I can tell them apart. Yeah, oh yeah, they all got their own little personalities. One of them, more solid gray or blue, whatever color you want to call him, purrs. The others don't purr yet, but he'll get right here. He just purrs away. Yeah, I might get some eggs from LE next, in the spring or something, and try to hatch them. I've never raised baby geese. I don't know anything about them, about raising them. I have to read up on them, what you feed them, and all that kind of stuff. Uh, it's a man cave. Yeah, I got man caves all over this place. This kind of a man cave right here. Uh, a man has to have a place to hide. Now, you ladies probably don't understand this. Men will. Us men need a place to escape. We need our time with just us and maybe a few fur babies, or feathered babies, whatever. Away from their wives. we need to get away. Y'all don't understand that, y'all. Y'all probably say we need to get away too. Well, y'all do. Y'all go shopping and stuff without us. That's your escape. There we go, Terry. Said we need to escape too. Yeah. Yeah, honeymoon can't last forever. Oh, no. Does G come looking for her? Yes, she does. Yes, she does. If she's something going on, she needs me, she'll stick her head out the door, and she'll, woohoo! Shh, Buster. Buster, be quiet. Don't go, Buster. Woo! And okay. Yeah, what is it, baby? I need you to look at this or do that. Okay, I will in a minute. Well, it's leaking. You need to do it now. Oh, okay. I'm coming. Yeah. We didn't have the baby girl yesterday, or I don't think it's going to have her today. That Dustin took off the rest of the week because Jill and all her car problems. He got all that fixed and brought my car back. And so he's it's getting warm in here. Getting a little warm in here. So we won't have them next week either because Jill will be off next week. So, yeah, not only a man cave, but and men have shops, barns. We have a lot of places to a lot of things to do. You don't understand. We do a lot of stuff that y'all don't know. I look around at myself and I got camp patio and the pastures and stuff I hang out in. I hang out in my man cave sometimes over there doing stuff. My kitchen over there doing stuff. In here doing stuff like we're doing right now. Over in my shed doing stuff with the little cats. Or watching little Daniel Boone on TV. But or my old barn over there. I go to my old barn, and I got a lot of work to do with that barn. I really do. That barn needs so much work, and it's going to get it. It's going to get it. When we get kind of caught up and done with this over here, this has been a lot to do over here. Yesterday, Ben supposedly emptied out the old house with everything that has to come out. The other stuff in there, dust will go through. The only thing in there I got to go get this morning is all my ammunition. He boxed it all up for me. I had a cabinet with all my bullets and stuff in, different calibers and all that stuff. It's not. It was sorted. Now it's just all in a big tote full. So I got to get all that moved out. Besides that, excuse me. I think most everything's out of there. Stuff left in there, Jill will look at it. She don't want it. Dustin will get rid of it. Next week, I'm going to move my trailer, my lowboy trailer, around to the back patio And Ben's job is to be to empty out that old storeroom out there. I'll go through it probably today and tomorrow over the weekend and get stuff that I know I want to make sure is taken care of. And what I leave, I'm going to have him put it all on that trailer. And then anybody wants to go through it, they can. If not, it'll go to the dumpster. So most of it just would be junk to someone else. Treasures to me, junk to someone else. Anyway, so that's just about going to finish it up as far as what we got to do over there. I'll move my swing. I got to move my swing eventually over here. And I've talked about that little wood stove on the porch. I don't think this little porch has room for it. If Dustin wants to keep it for, there on the porch, that's fine. If not, we'll move it out to my pavilion. And that's where I used to keep it. Anyway, that's our plans here. So, tomorrow morning, Cuz and I and Kenny, and we always do this, us three, just us three, get together and we go have breakfast together. And we kind of reminisce and talk. And I'm sure there'll be a lot of conversations this time about my sister and stuff and plans and stuff. But we look forward to this one time a year just to get together, break bread together, you might say, and just sit and chat. And I'll try to take my video camera with me. I don't think nobody would mind me video a little bit in the Cracker Barrel. I don't think. They might throw me out. I've been thrown out of places before. Yeah, you got to go, boy. You got to go. Anyway, you go clean the chicken house. I got to do some work in my chicken house. Something broke my back window of my chicken house. I don't see how it could have happened. It's up high, but something broke it. So it's got to be repaired. And my little chickens need to come out of that cage. They're ready to come out. And but I hate to put them back over here in the back because one of them little banty roosters, I call them Banny. Y'all probably ban them or whatever. That's fine. He got the cutest little, or could have been a raccoon. He got the cutest little voice. God. And I got to give him a good name. Anybody got a little voice like that, got to have it. I'm thinking about, what was that? Pee Wee Herman. I thought about calling him Pee Wee Herman. That's his little crow. He's the cutest little guy. He's about so tall, little red rooster. Cackle's cute, yeah. There's a little cackle. Rooster Cogger, yeah, that'd be a good name too. Rooster. That's one of the best movies ever. Yeah, it is hard on Ben. Ben don't want to give up nothing. It's stuff Ben is used to, but there's so much stuff couldn't come over here. So he told Ben, anything you want, that we're not taking, you're welcome to take it to your house, put it in your room, whatever you're gonna do. Now, I think he has picked out a few pictures and stuff that are special to him, and he's going to take them, or has taken them. But yeah, it's been tough. Ben, I don't want to give up nothing, and the biggest thing right now with Ben is his mattress. His mattress. It's a big mattress, and it's a good mattress. Don't get me wrong. It's not new, but it's not old either. And I said, Ben, we're not taking that mattress. We brought it downstairs and laid it on the floor in our bedroom. So when he goes over and takes a break, he lays on that mattress. And he'd be gone for an hour or so. And she said, you better go check on Ben. I don't even get hurt over. Well, I went over one day and he saw me coming. I guess when I walked down the porch, he jumps up off that mattress and I saw him through the window. And he comes out. I said, "What are you doing, bud?" He says, "Oh, I was in the bathroom." No, you wasn't. You on that bed. Well, I just on my phone for a minute. Okay, I don't care. But I told him yesterday, I said, the mattresses got to come out of that house. Dustin doesn't want it. Well, I don't want to throw it in the dumpster. I said, well, Ben, I don't know what we're going to do with it. You know, you can't take it to the barn and get rats in it or whatever. You know, it's got to go. I said, you know, well, I'll take it down the road and put free on it. I said, well, that's good. But what if it rains before somebody gets it? You ain't going to load up a wet mattress, I guarantee you, by hand. Take a tractor, pick it back up. Well, I don't know yet. I said, well, you think it over, bud. So that's really the only thing still in there that it's got to come out that Dustin doesn't want, that we know for sure he don't want. You want to keep the table, want to keep that island that's in the kitchen, a couple of dressers, a couple of chest of drawers, and Dustin's old Xbox with his games in it. That's about all there. There's a couple of chairs, I think, in there. Pee-wee. Yeah, Pee-wee's a cute name. Peggy, you traveling? You be safe. Be safe, sweetie. Yeah, thank you, Marie. Yeah, hit the like button and share if you don't mind. As a lot of folks tell me this morning, you know, if you don't want to do this morning, don't do it. Not a big deal. Well, and I'm not trying to sound special, truly, but there's a lot of folks that look forward to this time of chatting with their friends, not just me, but with you guys. And I was telling G, I said there are a lot of folks that wait these 3 days just so they can chat, you know. It's just, they get up and have their coffee and probably a donut, which I ain't got. I ain't got. But, you know, it's a good time for them. And I'm fine. I really am. I'm fine. Let's look at our prayer list though real quick, guys. And then we got to see if there's any birthdays. I can still sing. I added David to our list. I was asked to add David. There's Charles and Dorothy and Marie and Carol and Derek and Ray and Cynthia and Susan, Tammy, Karen, Jackie, Christine, Debbie, Alexis, Janet, Michelle, Tanya, Doris. There's a lot of folks. Cherry, Megan, Jerry and Gabe, Molly and Becky and Jennifer and Ben and David, Amy, Wendy, Bill, Connie, Jason, Dave, Cookie, Jacob, Joy, Brenda, Lori, Connie, Frank, Purse World. I don't know their name, Purse World. Virginia, Shirley and Shelley, Derek, Cherry and Perry, Joanne, Karen, Kay, Michelle, and Kim. Quite a list. We ain't got to know the actual things wrong with them. God knows. And we have our little fur babies, okay? And possibly a feather baby. I don't know. There's Ellie and there's Max, there's Cooper, there's Bubba and Buster, Lacey and Browdy, Daisy, Rosie, Haley, and Susie. So we pray for all those in need. And your prayer can just be just like that. All these folks in need. God knows their needs. Okay? All right, now, happy birthdays. If there's any birthdays out here. Or anniversaries. Hudson. Put Hudson on that list. Okay. Smokey. Smokey is a little cat. Goes on the list. Okay, hang on. Cherry. 56 today. Okay, hang on. Smokey and Hudson. Hang on to the birthday second. Trying to write upside down. Okay. Sherry. Sherry has a birthday today. Anybody else? Janet. All right. Get my. Oh, good girls. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. 56 years old. That's biting. That's biting ages. There. Yeah. That's in my prime in my 50s. Taylor. Birthday. Hang on. Yeah, in my 50s. That's biting. That's biting ages. Okay, I got Janet, Sherry, and Taylor. Okay, anybody else? Anybody else? Sandra, anniversary. Okay, Sandra. Eleanor. Okay, anybody else? Good morning, Sean. Good morning. Okay, look here. I've got Taylor, Sherry. Yeah, best year in our 50s. Yeah. Janet, Eleanor. Then we got Sandra as anniversary. All right. So, y'all get ready. Get the Band-Aids out. Taylor ain't got to worry about it. I think Taylor's a boy. All right. Here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Taylor, Sherry, Janet, Eleanor. Eleanor. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Now, anniversary. Happy anniversary to you. Happy anniversary to you. Happy anniversary, Sandra. Happy anniversary to you. Cha-cha-cha. I don't know who come up with that cha-cha-cha. Probably Carla or somebody. She was probably, that may have been like a pain thing. Cha-cha-cha-cha. You know, maybe that's what was going on. And we picked up on it. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great birthday and an awesome anniversary. I can't remember how long I've been married, so I try not to talk about anniversaries too much. Let's see. Kim, how long have I been married? You don't know that? No, I forgot, baby. Tell me before your mom finds out I forgot. Kim come by and harasses me, harasses her mama. Kim is doing well. You know, she got tired on this house, and we still ain't through. But if we get to a point where when she feels like it, we'll do more. When she feels like it, she wants to. I think really the only thing we got left, a little bit of door trims, you know. A little bit of door trim. And I think that's it. This over here is about done on cleanup and stuff. A few things got to come over, you know, like my swing and stuff like that. And that'll be out of the way. Yeah, she's working on her chicken coop. I got to start working on my chicken coop. I got to do some repair work out here. I'd love moving little Benny's over here. I don't know if there's gonna be enough room. Wherever I go, I want to build them a little house. I'm looking into maybe buying one of them little. I know Dan's got one. I think Bree's got an old one over there too. It's like a little house with a little run on it, all hooked together. Little Benny's probably won't take much room. I wouldn't think, you know. Put them close to my house, maybe even my backyard. Because I want to be able to hear that little Pee Wee Herman or whatever we name him. I told you about one getting out. Open the lid to feed him, one hops out. And then it upset itself. It says, uh-oh, what have I done? What have I done? But it's scared. So it runs all in the barn in there that hides and everything, and it won't let me catch it, you know. And Buster naturally wants to make it come back. Don't try to catch it, but he, follows it. A couple of days went by, and I kept trying to catch it, and I couldn't. One morning, I go in to feed them, and it's sitting up on top of the cage, on the edge. It's sitting there and watches me. So I raise the lid real slow, and he looks down there and sees his buddy. He jumps back down in there with him. That's okay. Don't jump out again. You love the Bigfoot? That was a gifted to me. I love you guys for sending that. I love it too. It's like a tapestry. Is that what you call them? Tapestry? Y'all know the words like that. Big words. But yeah, I like it too. Yeah, he's out there. He's out there. Too many sightings for not to be out there. Yeah, all over, everywhere. And the Native Americans had stories about him. If they had stories about him, he's there, They talked about that white buffalo for centuries. Nobody ever seen a white buffalo. Magic. Well, now they have found one in every 10,000 or whatever born is white. They are special, So, yeah, if they say it's there, I say it's there too. Foghorn Leghorn, remember that old cartoon? Yeah. Yeah, there are white ones. They are. You've seen one. There you go. Yeah, yeah. Those folks back in those days, Native Americans, had better things to do than to make up stuff. They talked about what they saw, what was special to them. And old Ronnie gonna go out that hen house one night, mess with them hens. Bigfoot's gonna be there, coming to get him a chicken. Instead, he's gonna get Ronnie. Now, Ronnie will probably say something about me not shaving this morning. I just ain't been up to shaving this morning. Ronnie likes to shave. Ronnie shaves. He talks about it all the time. Well, I shave. I don't want to hear all that, Ronnie. Me and Thomas, Jimmy don't want to hear it. Steve. Well, my doctor shaved me. Why would a doctor shave you, Ronnie? Don't tell me, Ronnie. Don't want to know. Any doctor has ropes hanging in his room office. I don't want to know anything about it. But listen, I do appreciate you folks. I appreciate y'all, your well wishes, I guess you call it, your sympathies or whatever. I do. We're fine though. Okay, we're fine. She'd be 82. Would be 82 in February, the 12th, I believe, and she's had a very colorful life. She truly had, and she'll be missed. It's especially with Debbie, because they were there all the time together. Because after Maurice passed away, she moved back down here. So anyway, but Debbie will be fine too. She got Kim next door to hang with, and anybody want to hang out with Kim, got You got to worry about them. You got to worry about them if you want to hang out with Kim. Uh, good morning, Ray. Have a great day, buddy. Thank you there, Nancy. I appreciate that. Yeah, keep Debbie in your prayers. Uh, Debbie's in bad health herself. You know, Debbie has heart issues. Debbie had heart surgery when she was 6 weeks old. At the time, it's back in the 60s or whatever, she was the youngest to have the type of surgery she had in Houston at Texas Children's Hospital at the time. Uh, she was born with a heart defect and had surgery. Uh, yep. So, but she has health issues herself. So, keep all that in your prayers too. If you ask me what I'm going to do today, I'm going to tell you real quick. I'm not going to do much of nothing. Well, I am too. I am. I'm going to. When I get off of here, I'm going to get that plumber as soon as he shows up, get him straightened out on what we need done. Then I'll feed up. Then I'm going to play with the kitties. They need PawPaw to come play for a little bit. Love on the kitties. Then I'm going to do gifts and goodies at some point, get it posted. I'm going to go to the house where I get all my ammunition and get it sorted and put away. Quite a bit of that stuff. Anyway, just stuff like that. And if there's anything else in the house at G, I know she was asking Ben about a wind chime that hangs in there by the refrigerator. And I think it's still there. Ben didn't get it, and I'll get it, bring it over. She got all her wind chimes, most of them all hung up. But this one was like an inside wind chime. It like little real thin shells, making a little noise. It's really, really pretty. And she won't see it. I'll get it. I don't think there's anything else over there besides that. So that's my plans for the day. You remember it hanging there? Okay, yeah, it hangs right by the fridge. In fact, I bump into it every time I go to the fridge over there. Be rattling all over me. Ray, you have a great day, bud. You take care. We got you in our prayers, Ray. Ray is going through what a lot of you folks have went through, losing a spouse. And I don't know that. I don't want to ever know that feeling, but my leg is doing okay, Vera. Yeah, it's there. I burnt my leg. Did I tell y'all I burnt my leg with a heat bulb or a heat light? Burnt the heck out of it. I dropped it in my lap. Yeah. Oh, down on my thigh. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, it did burn. Burned a pretty good place. I'll show you. See that? Yeah. Yeah, it burned a pretty good spot. It did hurt. Oh, it's doctors. It's fine. Yeah, I was working with a heat light over there. We had that freeze coming, and I'm sitting there, and it's on like a dummy. But I was trying to adjust the cord going into it because it's hanging too low, and it slipped. Psst. Okay, I got branded. Excuse me. I'm gonna get choked up here. It's kind of like I hadn't been married long. Uh, don't go into a lot of details here, but was in North Carolina. Been married a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I don't know, somewhere in that neighborhood, maybe a month, I don't know. And G was cooking in the kitchen on the edge of the stove, so cast iron skillet, probably red hot. I come bouncing through there, nothing on. Uh, That's what you do. Got to messing around, picking at her, and I backed up on that skillet. Yeah, I was branded. Cast iron cooks good. Yeah, it cooks good. Anyway. Uh, no, I didn't go to no doctor for that. I sat down very carefully for a while. Anyway, we're about to run out of time, guys. I'm hoping y'all have a great day. And listen, and I'll probably tell you this but over and over, but I hope all you guys have a Merry Christmas. I truly do. A safe Christmas. So many. Yeah, it did, Kimmy. It did hurt. So many people travel a lot, and so many folks are injured and worse. Be careful and be safe, and just have a roast rump. Yeah, roast rump for dinner. Y'all just have a great Christmas and a safe Christmas. But I'll be telling you that again. Okay. All right, Don's having ham for Christmas dinner. I love ham. I love ham. We'll talk about some hams someday. I did some hams one year. I went and bought a bunch of raw hams, raw. Store Archie's at it. Splendor ordered me like a case. The shoulders. I'm talking about the shoulders. They call them the picnics, because I was smoking them and seasoning stuff up myself, and he knew that. And he said, I can get you a case. I just go out and buy 2 or 3 at a time. Cheaper. Let's go for it. So he got me a whole case, and I did those things, and we had picnic shoulders around here all the time eating. It was good. But anyway, y'all have a great day, a great weekend, a good, great, happy Christmas. Stay safe. Don't forget the reason for the season. And we'll be back on here, the good Lord's willing, on Monday morning. All right. Let you know more about my sister. I meant to tell you, I may already told you. I'm just kind of confused here. Her son is going to have all that taken care of with her in Louisiana. And in January, after the holidays, he says, I'm not going to do anything before the holidays are over. He's just too many people traveling, too many people doing all the different states. He says, after the holidays in January, he will bring her down and we'll do like a little graveside service, memorial, funeral, whatever you want to call it, graveside, And we do that a lot. The graveside stuff was just family, Anyway, that's it. All right. I don't want to keep nobody past the hour-long mark. We got a few seconds left, so I love y'all. Have a wonderful day. Celebration of life, I guess that's what you call it. Yeah, I guess